Well, much has been made in recent years about the culture wars, right? I mean, it covers a wide array of topics, but it all eventually intersects with commerce and prosperity. And guess what? We're at several of those crossroads right now. With me, IWF's Patrice Leonwuka and District Media's Beverly Hallberg. Ladies, thank you so much. I want to first bring up this crime wave in San Francisco because it is so outrageous. We're talking massive shoplifting, not just a few things. In the big department stores, expensive items in broad daylight. In fact, a lot of big-time stores are just simply closing shop. Beverly, we know ultimately this means lost jobs, decaying neighborhoods. So what possibly could the leaders in San Francisco be thinking?
Well, you would think that they would be thinking that they need to change their policies, yet they still seem to be focused on woke virtual signaling, focusing on changing the names of schools, and also focusing on critical race theory and defunding the police. But there's a reason why the San Francisco Chamber of Commerce survey from a couple weeks ago showed that roughly 45% of San Francisco residents plan to leave in the near future. And the reality is if the politicians don't do something soon, they're going to lose their tax base, and the city is going to get even worse. So all we can hope is they either do something or they get voted out of office.
Yeah, because Patrice, in those kind of cities, rich folks live in these enclaves, and they often don't even see this kind of stuff. But everybody else is dealing with this. And again, you wonder just how woke can you be?
Well, exactly, Charles. I mean, Beverly talked a lot about some of the problems, but there's also homelessness. And so there are areas where you really just can't avoid both the rising crime, but also the homelessness that's so pervasive in that city. And it's unfortunate when you look at policies. A lot of the prosecutors have decided to be very woke in how they determine whether or not they should prosecute someone for something as simple as shoplifting. Well, when you let crime, when you excuse crime, then you encourage and embolden criminals. And I think that's what we're seeing on full display. And the long-term impact is going to be to make San Francisco less of a place people want to be in.
Hey, I want to stay with San Francisco, but move to the financial arena. Wells Fargo, rather. It's a company, obviously, that got in a whole lot of hot water. They opened up so many fake accounts for people over the years. They paid a price for that. Now this outrage again, this time because they're closing down credit lines. You know, Patrice, Elizabeth Warren chimed in on this already. Obviously, anytime banks give her a chance to go in there with more government regulations, she's going to do it. But what's going on there? Because it seems like a crazy move to me.
Well, I mean, so they're closing down a lot of these credit lines, and I guess they feel like there's not enough money to be made there. Perhaps not enough of their customers are utilizing them. But I think the people who are going to suffer are those low-income and maybe middle-income customers who use these lines of credit as a backstop against, overextending themselves. Whenever they're going into the red, so to speak. And so a way to avoid the fees, overdraft fees, for example, have been this tool. And it's unfortunate that now this tool is going to be off the table. I think you're going to see more Wells Fargo's customers taking a second look at this bank and whether or not this is really a customer-centric bank.
And you're talking about the real customers, right? Hey, I'm running out of time, so maybe I could squeeze both in. First, I got to do this. Iceland, they tested a 4-day work week. Surprise, workers say they're more productive and happier. I'm not surprised. If I ever ran for president, Beverly, this would be the only cause I would run on. Are you down with it?
I'm down with it. Pay people to do a job. Don't pay them to work 40 hours a week, which is arbitrary. So I love this. When people are happier and they have a better work-life balance, they tend to focus more on being effective at work. And I think our work from home the past year shows that people can do a great job from home without commuting and have plenty of time to spend with family. So I love this.
Hey, Patrice, I'm going to let you in on our thing that Bev and I have, the winner of the week. Do you have one?
Okay. I do. The Star-Spangled Banner. It's not racist, and I just love that over the weekend, Walmart shoppers in Texas suddenly broke out into singing the national anthem and saluting the flag. And so I think that is the moment of the week, probably of the year.
You just gave me goosebumps. Bev, give me one.
Zayla Avantgarde is a 14-year-old girl who is the first African-American winner of the Scripps National Spelling Bee. She also holds 3 Guinness World Records for her basketball handling and dribbling. She plans to go to the WNBA and Harvard. So Zayla Avantgarde, my winner of the week.
I love that competition. I was watching it, and they handled it so well. Those kids are so poised, and they're about 1 million times smarter than me. Patrice, Beverly, have a great weekend.
Thanks, Charles.
Well,